there's no point of being a good person in this life. There's just no point. I've been a good person ever since I was a kid. That's how my parents raised me. And I remember there was a time I was having a conversation with my brother, and we're talking about how our parents raised us to be really good people, very welcoming, and they kind of made it seem like the world was a genuine place. The world was a good place. The world wouldn't try and harm us. Like they didn't show us the cruel and cold side of the world. So we didn't expect people to be like cold towards us and stuff like that. You know, like if you were to get a friend, you'd sacrifice for them, you'd do favors for them, and they would just never do the same for you. You know, like it was that type of situation that we were in a lot. And then I realized, like, oh, I'm letting people get to my heart easily, and I'm doing favors for them, I'm sacrificing for them, I'm showing up for them, and they just never do the same for me. And I was like, this is a conversation that I was having with my brother, and we were talking about just how our parents made it seem like the world was a paradise, and you know that kind of messed us in our lives. And it's true. And this a recent event happened in my life that really made it click for me. And I was like, you know what, I'm just done being a good person, for real. Like, being a good person in this life is not even rewarding. What's the point of, being a good person? Because I have a guy in my life, who's a friend of mine. I say, and he's more of like my I'm more of his mentor. He's like a mentee towards me. Like I'm more of his mentor, because I expose him to a lot. I teach him a lot. When he has a problem, like, he comes to me and stuff like that, right? And that's the kind of relationship we have going on. And this guy, we've gone on a lot of trips. I've known him for like 4 years or so, maybe 3. We've gone on a lot of trips together. We've done so much together, and all of these things that we've done together, mostly it was me involving him. Like, maybe I would be called to go to an event or something like that, and I'd tag him along. And when I tag him along, I wouldn't ask him to do anything. Actually, I wouldn't ask him to do anything. I'd sort out his transport. Like, I'd sort him out. When it come to the financial, I'd sort him out. And it's not like I had money. I was just sacrificing, and I was doing all of this for him, not because I was expecting anything in return, but because of out of the genuinity of my heart. And I thought he was a good person. I thought he was a good person, so I was like, I might as well do it. And I never even wanted anything in return, and I never expected anything in return. And in my mind, I thought, because I'm such a nice person to him, since I'm so like the type of person I am towards him, I thought he would be the same way towards me. Like, I used to think, because I do so many favors for him, because I sacrifice for him, and I do all these things, and I never even ask him to repay the money. Like, for example, it's financial. I never ask him to pay me the money, or if we've gone on a trip or something like that. I'm always like, don't worry about it, bro. It's alright, And even when it comes to mood problems and I help him solve them out, I never ask him for a price to be his mentor and stuff like that. Like, I'm just chill like that. And I was doing all of these things because, again, I thought he was a good person, and I thought, if push comes to shove, and if the roles were reversed, he would do the same for me. And fortunately and unfortunately, I was in a position where the roles were reversed. See, a few days ago, we went to a clothing store. Actually, he was the one going to a clothing store to check out some clothes and see if he can get something. I was more of like tagging along just to go and see, but I wasn't really trying to buy anything, right? So we went to the clothing store. I'm not even really checking at the clothes because I don't really have money on me. And again, I wasn't even coming to buy. I was just pretty much bringing him there, right? And he sees a jacket that is really sick. Jacket's fire. It's an amazing jacket, and he tells me, he's like, yo, look at this jacket, this amazing, like, you should try it on, like, this seems like a perfect fit for you. And I was like, yo, you're right, like, let me try it on. And then I put the jacket on, and I'm like, damn, this jacket looks good, like, it looks good on me. And I was like, yo, as much as I hadn't planned to buy something, and like I didn't have that much money on me and stuff like that, like, I need to get this jacket, right? I need to get this jacket. And he was like, yeah, but I was like, bro, I have less money, like, I don't have enough money to buy the jacket, right? And I asked him if he can help me with I had like $2 remaining, so that to be able to have the full price for the jacket. And I was like, bro, can you lend me $2 so that I can be able to get this jacket? And then just help a brother out, right? And he was like, don't worry, like, I got you and stuff like that. And then he kept looking for the jackets, right? He kept looking for more clothes, because he was like, since now you've gotten something elite, like, I have to get something elite too, So he starts looking through clothes, and I remember thinking when he was looking through the clothes he's looking through, all of them are expensive, and I knew how much money he had on him. So I'm thinking, bro, even if you get something that is elite, how are we gonna both get something? Like, I know how much you have on you. There's no way this is gonna happen. But again, I'm still chilling. I'm not. This is what I'm thinking as he's going through the clothes. But I'm kind of shutting that thought up. I'm like, let me see what's gonna happen. Maybe he has more money. I don't know. But in the event, as he was looking through the clothes, I remember him telling me that I shouldn't worry, because I remember being like, I know this might be like a burden to you, because to me I thought what would happen is he would help me, like, fill the money that I had remaining, those $2 will help me with that, and then I'll get the jacket, and then we close that chapter, and then we're gone with our day. That's what I thought would happen. So I was like, I'm sorry, like, for being like a burden and stuff like that, And I remember he told me, he was like, don't worry about, don't worry about it, like, don't feel like you're a burden. You're just gonna pay that money back. And I remember hearing that. In my mind, I was like, what? I was like, okay, $2 is not even a lot of money. Like, I'll pay it back, okay. But I was like, what? And in my mind, I was like, bro, you're telling me all the favors that I've done for you, all the trips that we've went through, I've sorted you out so much money, and I've never asked you for a penny. Like, all of the favors that I done to you, like, to you that was just normal. And the one time you're in a position where you could do something for me, you do it, but it comes with a price. Like, I have to repay the money. And I was like, bro, if I start counting the amount of money I spent on you, bro, it's far in comparison, stuff like that. My English is not so good, but it's not even close. The amount of money that I spent on him compared to those $2 that he was asking me to repay, I was like, what? And that reality hit me at that point. And I was like, I remember hearing those words. I let him sink, and I was like, you know what? I've just had enough of being a good person. Because what is this? What is this? And I remember, okay, and that at the time I was like, okay, I'm chilling. He's still going through the clothes, right? And eventually he finds a jacket that looks really good, and lo and behold, it still costs a lot of money, so we don't have enough money to get both of the jackets. So excuse me. So we start calling people up, right? We start calling people up, trying to get that few dollars that we need to get both of the jackets. I called a few people, I was unable to get anything. He called a few people, he was unable to get anything. So now we're standing there in the clothing store. It's late at this time, it's already closed. It's almost 9 p.m. The place has already shut down. All the workers are ready to go home. They're just waiting on us. Even the doors were shut. Like, we're inside, but the doors are shut so that no new people come in, because they're just waiting on us, and then they leave. And I remember, because this was one of the most embarrassing things I've ever done in my life. I remember sitting there and be like, bro, you're telling me, because he was so fixated and so stubborn on both of us living with a jacket. He was like, both of us have to live with something good. And I was like, bro, like, why did when you've seen I've gotten something good, you've now become so fixated on you have to get something good too? Like, we could have come on another day and you could still have gotten something good. Why couldn't you have just sacrificed for me to get my jacket? Because if the roles were reversed, I would have sacrificed for you, and I've done that so many times. And I remember thinking that to myself. I was like, you know what? I have one last person I can call who can sort me out, who could have actually sorted both of us out. But I was like, you know what? I'm done being a good person. I don't care about you anymore. I'm just gonna sort myself. So I called my brother. I told my brother to lend me a hand, and he sorted me out. And fortunately for him as well, he has a friend that was able to lend him some money, and both of us got our jackets, right? And we went home. But that was an eye opener for me, because I was like, number one, the moment this guy had the chance to spend money on me, right, he asked me to repay it. And $2 he asked me to repay it. And it's like, bro, who does that? Like, can you not see all of the favors that I've done for you, all the sacrifices? How are you just gonna tell me to repay back and say it and be very comfortable saying it? And then again, the part where he was so fixated on both of us living with something or nothing. He was like so fixated on either both of us will get our jackets or both of us like live without. And he saw how happy and I was to get that jacket that I wasn't even looking for. I didn't even go there to buy anything. I was just bringing him as a good friend. And at that point, I remember coming home and just thinking, you know what? I'm just done being a good person. There's no point of being a good person in this life. There's just no point. You never get anything out of it. There's just no point. And I'm yet to meet someone in real life who matches my energy, bro. Like, where are the good people at? Where are they? Is it just me? Like, man. But for me, that was like it was just a turning, a turning point in my life. And I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna be a bad person, but I'm not gonna be a good person. All the favors that I would do for people, all the sacrifices that I would do, the niceness that was in my heart, I was like, nah. From now on, just a massive X.